So before you go to this mouse, this is the Eweadn S9 Ultra, and Eweadn had sent me about 2 months back this amazing piece of an art, and this has been pretty much one of my main mouse, and I've been absolutely loving it, and its review is dropping soon. But since this mouse has been performing pretty much amazingly for the last month or so, upon getting this X23, I had my enough trust on Eweadn, so when they knocked me, I gladly accepted their invitation to review this mouse. So here we are with the X23, and for the box, the packaging seems to be pretty much okay, nothing that much fancy. Cloudy shape, the Monkey King logo with all the specification written here, and a quick look to this mouse, which has an oddly familiar shape honestly, and logo and everything. So yes, this mouse was sent to me by Eweadn. And now let's open the box. So open the box. At first, on the top of the box, we get the Type-C to A cable, which is a pretty generic one and also braided, so for the price it's pretty premium. Then getting the main cardboard box out of the main shell, we get all of the accessories and everything, so that goes there. And here we get the user manual with the X23 Pro written up front, and this X23 Pro is a mid-budget X23 lineup with the 3311 sensor and probably with better switches and everything. And this X23 also has an ultimate version which has the Pixar 3395 sensor, so a bit more upgrade from today's 3311 sensor, but that is only for $4. So I will say the extra $4 spend is pretty much worth it for this mouse, which you are gonna see in the later part of this video. So there's the user manual and pretty hefty one, nothing that much important. After that, there's mouse, but I'm gonna look into it later. And on the bottom, there's the extra grip tips and X feeds, and they are OEM grade, so nothing much fancy to them, but they're decent. But it's good to have a sub $40 mice to have the feeds and the glides included in the box. So that's about it to the box contents. And now let's go to the mouse. And getting the mouse out of the plastic wrap, we finally get our hand on the beautiful Eweadn X23. And I have got the pink colored mouse, which seems a bit girly, but honestly, by the front look of it, it looks pretty cool. As I am holding this, the surface also feels a bit grainy. It has a pretty matte finish honestly, so the surface cord is pretty comfortable honest. And regarding the shape, it looks like, let me check on a bit. So taking a look at the shape, it seems like this mouse kind of has a awfully similar dimension to the Vibra Mini or the Monka M1 in the $30 to $40 range, with also the Infraction X3. But I'll discuss more about the shape in my full review. The shape seems to be pretty good, and the front and the back hump are pretty much symmetrical with the pretty stiff inclination on the front, and the back hump also seems to be pretty good. But I got to test the comfort of this mouse. The side buttons also seems to be pretty much reachable. And going on the back, we see that it has a set of 3 feeds: the front, the middle and the bottom. And there's the code button, which actually is the polling rate button. There's the DPI button, there's the try mode button. The sensor is placed pretty much in the center of the mouse, so there's a big plus for the tracking. And on the bottom, there's a rounded dongle enclosure, but opening the shell almost seemed like it broke my nail. And in the bottom, there's the dongle enclosed in a foam casing, which is a bit odd. And getting the dongle out of it, we have our dongle, which supports up to 1 kHz polling rate. And it has the Eweadn logo imprinted so that you don't lose the dongle. And quickly assembling the mouse, let's talk about the other things. So for the switch, since this mouse has about 4 versions of it, each version has 4 different types of switch. And since I have the X23 Pro, this has the Huano 100 million switch, and this is probably one of the best switches from Huano, and I have personally used that switch, so it should be good. There seems to be pretty low pre-travel and post-travel. I'm gonna test that in the full review properly. And for the scroll, this mouse uses the F switch, which I'm not really a fan of, but it should be decent for the price. And the sensor, as I said, is the Pixar 3311 sensor with the Bacon 3633 MCU. Since this is a 49 g mouse, it obviously has something that made this mouse a bit heavy, and the reason for this is the 800 mAh battery. And yes, this mouse has the 800 mAh battery, which paired with the 3311 sensor, I must say, should go around 20 to 30 days actually, since this is a pretty big battery. But then again, I gotta test it thoroughly before I give my proper verdict on this mouse. And other than that, the side switch also are from Huano. And about the switches, I'm gonna check all of it by disassembling it, so stay tuned for that. And for the grip styles, since this mouse almost adopts the shape of Vibra Mini, so it should be pretty good for claw grip, as you can see, and also fingertip grip, and also palm grip for small to medium hands. But for me, it's comfortable for claw grip or fingertip grip. and the side buttons seems to be pretty reachable as I have mentioned in the first part of the video. So yeah, this mouse feels pretty good, and for gameplay test, this performed exceptionally good in the Valorant match I've played with also the Sheriff, which I'm a bit surprised actually, but let's see how this holds in my month-long testing. Until then, enjoy the gameplay a bit. Oh, by the way, in the middle of the gameplay test, let me give a short gist about the performance. There was no sense of leaking or lag on the sensor. This mouse was pretty smooth, honestly, and also the tracking was pretty precise. So let's see how this holds in a full review. Until then, thank you for watching. See you guys soon in the next review video coming soon.